We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank
you. Welcome to These Unprecedented Gays, featuring Joe Granelli and Paul Smith. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review wherever you stream your podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at tugayspod and email us at tugayspod@yahoo.com. We hope you enjoy. Welcome to These Unprecedented Gays. I'm Paul.
And I'm Joe.
And we're just going to go right into it because we have a special guest in the
studio/living room,
virtual studio with us today. So we want to welcome Dr. Carlton. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, boys. How you been?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
So we are going to talk about one of our favorite subjects here on the show, which is Drag Race.
Oh, I was like, my day.
How hard it is at work for you?
It's like a lot going on. Or the restaurant.
Exactly.
The oral surgeon. How we need to go to Dairy Queen and then film it and then do a Blizzard upside down. Dairy Queen sponsor us.
So
not that.
No, not that. So no, Dr. Carlton has been on the show before, and he's talked about butt stuff and gay sexual health. But now we're going to talk about our favorite subject because he is a lover of the Drag Race also.
RPDR fans for life. I'm a stan. Yeah, I think we determined that. Yeah, I stand on Stan.
And
stand?
You stan also, right, Dr. Carlton?
Totally. I'm a huge fan.
Okay, good.
All right, so let's just get into it because, recently UK had their finale. So we'll ask the big question: do you agree with the results of the UK finale?
Well, initially I was pretty upset with the outcome of the finale. And my mouth kind of fell to the floor when the winner was announced. But I actually went back and watched the season all over again. And I kind of see that really that with the top three, there really was no loser. They were all so amazing. But I was really pulling for Bimini.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pulling for Bimini.
Well, not Ellie Diamond.
No,
I'm not an Ellie Diamond fan.
And I'm not a huge Taste fan either because Taste has no taste.
But she's beautiful.
Okay, but that you can't just you can't rely on the looks.
Body yada yada.
You can't rely on that body yada 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 yada.
But Courtney, I didn't. She was top three.
Did she win?
No, she. Okay. I mean, she won the Big Brother thing. She had a career outside of Drag Race, so maybe she is a real winner.
Maybe, but see, I liked Bimini after the 7-month lockdown because she upped her fashion game. Do you agree, Dr. Carlton?
I totally agree. Yeah, she looks like an East London fashion model. Just so chic, so amazing. The sense of style was off the charts. So she definitely had the fashion. She had the look, but the consistency is probably what got her in the end. If she hadn't been so bad in the very first few episodes, then she probably would have won the crown.
Yeah, because I mean, even though Lawrence Cheney, even though he wasn't very consistent in the challenges, he was consistent in his looks
and his brand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
His personality.
And it was clear from the very first episode that Ru loved Lawrence Cheney.
Yeah.
I mean, the very first thing that came out was the photo shoot from Wimbledon, and he won it.
Mm-hmm. Right. And not only that,
and she immediately was drawn to Lawrence Cheney.
And then not only that, but once Ru creates a way to play with your name, you know that she likes you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Our producer's trying to put a picture of Lawrence Cheney on the picture thing or whatever, and he put Lauren, and I was like, oh, honey.
And she's a tennis player.
Yeah. There apparently is a Lauren Cheney that did Wimbledon. So what are the odds? But I was shocked by Lawrence. So Lawrence Cheney was only 23. And I don't know about you, but I got a much older vibe. Did you feel like she was older, or did you think she was 23?
Absolutely. You know, the shocking thing, I looked up all their ages, and the youngest was Ellie Diamond at 21. Ridiculously talented at 21, by the way. Lawrence, 23. The oldest person on the show was Veronica Green.
Oh.
She was 34.
She was older than Joe
And she looks
Black.
like she's about 12.
I think Joe Black did.
Joe
a lot of
Black was only
drugs.
30. I think Joe Black has just done a lot of drugs.
Oh, my
I said that
goodness.
Jinx. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, Joe Black just.
That's a hard life, girl.
I mean, hey, choose hugs, not drugs, because it'll age you.
Well, the same thing with
Ginny Lemon.
Ginny Lemon's 31. Oh God, that's my age.
Yeah.
She looked like she was 50.
And Bimini's 26, but I mean, she clearly has even mentioned that she'd had a drug problem in the past
Yeah.
and it almost killed her.
Yeah.
But she's definitely looks the heroin chic type of
their hair
model. You
Can
know?
we talk about the hair for UK for a minute?
Oh, honey.
And like
Honey.
what?
Honey,
WTF on the hair? Like, what's the like? It's like a what is the thing? Like party in the front, the mullets, but with like shaved sides. And I'm like, is that just a UK thing? Maybe.
you know, I got obliterated on social media for making that comment. I made a comment very early on. Hey, I love the UK show on Instagram. I love the UK show. It's fantastic. But can we talk about this hair? Because I don't understand. Is this a lockdown thing? Is this a bowl cut?
it
I don't
was
have any other way to get
pre-COVID.
my hair cut done.
It was pre-COVID. Yeah.
But and British people absolutely eviscerated me.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, I remember the first episode and I was like, okay, that's cool. And they had like Bimini and Ginny and Scissor Sister. What is Scissor Sister?
That's a band.
That's a band.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And maybe two lesbians that are having sex who are sisters.
So let me ask you this, as we're talking about Joe Black. With the challenge when they came back from the 7-month lockdown and they had to choose between Cherry Valentine, Estina Mandela, and Joe Black, would you have still picked Joe Black or one of the others?
You know, that was an interesting choice because Joe Black apparently over there is a legend. And all those people were like completely enamored and shocked by the fact that he got sent home first. So I'm surprised that they wanted to give him a second chance from that aspect. Estina Mandela, I'm not sure if you paid close attention, but while she was on the show, she looked like Naomi Campbell. But when she came back for that possibility of coming back on the show, she looked completely different. She had gained a lot of weight and she had a mustache.
Yeah, she was.
You know, it was like, wow. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm not used to seeing this drag queen look like this. But, so there was clearly something that went on over those 7 months, which is probably what I got, the COVID-19, as in 19 pounds. And there's nothing wrong with that. She just looked a lot different. You know, you're not fat shaming her. She just looked different from before. It looked like she had been through a lot of rough times. I guess one of the things we forget about is those poor drag queens. That's how they make their living is through drag and going into bars and performing. And all that was ripped away from them for so long. They had no source of income.
Yeah, I like that they had that like behind the scenes
Queens in Lockdown.
Yeah. I thought that was so cool to actually see how they were living and see how they were dealing with that.
Because it was cut, like they stopped filming it, like they were filming and then COVID happened and it was like, okay.
Yeah. So would you have picked Estina or Cherry Valentine, or would you still have picked Joe?
I think Joe was a smart choice because they saw how he really wasn't prepared for this show and he was the easiest one to pick off. So I think it was a smart choice to bring him back because they knew that they could take him down pretty easily.
And then, Joe, you said you wanted Cherry Valentine to come back, right?
Yeah, so I actually really liked Cherry Valentine's first. Well, was she the first to go? No. Was she?
Who was the first to go?
Oh, God.
You watched the whole season?
The first to go was
Joe.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I watched the first.
Cherry was the
Yeah, it was
second.
Joe the first.
Yeah.
I thought Cherry Valentine was cool. Like, I thought she had a lot to bring, and I really liked her looks. But I don't know. I would have brought her back. I think if I would have picked anybody, it would have been her because I wanted to see what more she had to bring. Because Estina was like, I'm muscle, but like, look at my body. And I was like, no. And then Joe Black, I was like, you need to go away. You're like, he was too much of an animated character or caricature. And I was like, stop.
Well, I mean, and plus his,
And also face tattoos.
His team didn't win the, Eurovision, the RuPaul episode.
Yeah, that really changed the whole landscape of that show. Because if you remember, the people that were split into UK Dolls and Banana Drama were Lawrence, Bimini, Ellie. No, excuse me, Lawrence, Bimini, Tace, and
Ahura
as UK Dolls.
Yes.
And then Joe's sister, Ellie, and Tia were on Banana Drama.
But UK Hun became this
oh my
viral
god
thing.
Yes,
A huge viral hit.
Can we talk about sisters like face change after the lockdown? I was shook because she came back a total different person.
Well, they all did. They all got work done.
But sister, she got new teeth, new eyes, new lips, new cheeks, new hair. Her hair bowl cut was different.
Yeah, she definitely got a lot of work done. And
well, you're a doctor. What do you think she did?
He's not a plastic surgeon.
I mean, he could tell.
She could tell. You could tell that even on the show that she talked about having a pullback. She had some cheek implants.
Oh Lord.
I think her teeth definitely.
Oh, her teeth for sure. Homegirl got the chiclets for sure.
Yeah, she definitely had a lot of work done, and good for her. But it was funny how the other queens were just absolutely ripping her the whole time about it.
I was curious. So did you know anything about, so UK obviously locked down prior to us, but do you know if they were doing procedures? Was that allowed?
What do you mean?
During the COVID lockdown?
Oh, well, obviously I think so because...
Well, I mean, because, they all got plastic surgery. I was like, did you clearly not lock down enough? Where's your stay at home?
Right.
Oh, no, this is essential. I need new cheeks. This is essential.
I need a new face. It's essential. Okay. So, Doc, I have to ask you, in the UK this season, who did you think was overhyped?
Boy, that's a good question. In that first episode, when everybody came out, I thought Estina would have done a lot better than she did, but she really dropped out of there really quickly. Same with Joe Black. With all the Joe Black was probably the most overhyped because he came in with such high praise and all the girls kind of were like, "Oh wow, Joe Black is here! Oh my god!" And then he was the first to go home, so that really shocked me that Joe Black went home so early, and then Estina went so early as well.
And now, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, have you seen any of Joe Black's work personally, or have you? I know you've done extensive research on UK.
I've never seen any of his work personally, but knowing that he's been doing cabaret and drag for what he said, 13 years, 17 years, some a crazy amount of years, 13 years of drag, he said, and that's some of those folks on the show were 21, so they were 8 when he started doing drag.
I just don't see it. I mean, good job, Joe Black, but no.
But but going back to the youth of that show, it really, it's mind blowing how young some of these folks are and the talent that they had.
Now, I will agree with you on that with Lawrence Chaney and stuff and Bimini Bambulash and stuff like that. But Ellie Diamond's looks were all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's 21. To get to the top 4 at 21, that's pretty impressive.
Well, Aquaria was 21 too, right?
Yeah.
She was pretty young, yeah.
Season.
Something like that.
And then Violet Chachki was 21. So there's clearly, she was a young queen. I mean,
yeah, there are definitely some young queens that have won before.
Yeah.
But
23 is a child. How is it exiting the womb, Lawrence?
With that hair.
Oh my god, I know. I swear, the hair needs its own spin-off. RuPaul's Drag Race UK, hair or there. We'll find out.
I think the biggest gag of the season for me, other than the ending where Bimini didn't win, was when Ellie got the chance to arrange the lineup of who was going to be on the comedy show. Mm-hmm. And she put Ahura first, and then she put herself after Ahura because she knew that would be her best chance to look good. And then she put Bimini, and then she put Lawrence behind Bimini, and knowing that Bimini's a strong queen. And then she finished it up with Taste because everybody knows that the beginning and ending are the toughest spots. So she played it very smartly, but man, Lawrence and Ahura were absolutely just ripping her to shreds for that.
They were butthurt.
I mean, it's a
about
competition at the end of the day, right? It's not RuPaul's best friend race.
And at the end of the day, honey, that's what sent Ahura home and put her in the top 4. So it was a smart move.
Do you think it was produced, or do you think it was authentic?
That's a good question. You know, I when it comes to these reality shows, I'm sure somebody probably put the idea in her head, because a lot of this drama is often produced, and we can talk about that for the U.S. season as well.
Okay, perfect. I was going to say I have a lot to say,
but I don't think it was produced, because the minute that they said that she would be able to do the lineup, I said to Andy, I was like, she has to put Tace and Ahura at the front and the back. Either way, it doesn't matter who goes where, but she needs to do that, and she needs to put herself in the middle, and it doesn't matter where she puts Lawrence and Bimini. But for me, I lost so much respect for Lawrence, and I was a huge Lawrence fan, and I still am. But like, I was like, girl, it's a competition.
Yeah,
quit. All right.
What did you think about their episode of Snatch Game?
Okay, so I was gonna bring this up. So, do you like Snatch Game when like you don't really know a lot of the characters?
No, I don't.
Okay, same. I'm like, who are these people?
But
yeah.
With that being said, I thought Taste did really great with that Kath and Kim character. I know a little bit of that because I've seen a couple of episodes, so I kind of knew where it was coming from. But like Bimini's, like
I knew no one.
Katie Price was amazing, because that could have been like Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton or anybody.
And she killed it, and she was funny. But the thing that I don't get with these queens is, and you know, obviously it's kind of hard to criticize the UK because we're not UK social media or UK pop culture literate like they are. But
right.
Even on 13 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, the people that go on there and do Snatch Game and totally fail blows me away. They know it's coming every year.
Yep.
And it's always terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I always love it when they like, because Lawrence did a very like heady, very like it's very bookish. The one he chose is Miriam Margolis.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I was like, and Sister with her Sally Morgan, it's like, it's just, you know, I find it always funny when people can't find the humor in the character that they're playing, and they don't realize that they don't see it. You know,
I think that they're so focused on trying to nail it that they then.
But you know what? Like Lawrence could have done like Boris Johnson and done like what the Vivian did in the first season with her Donald Trump impression.
Who's Boris?
That would have been Boris Johnson's the prime minister.
Yeah, British prime minister.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he got COVID.
Yes.
He looks like a chef.
Yeah, he does look like Gordon Ramsay a little
Kinda.
bit. Yeah.
Huh.
If he's on crack.
Yeah. I mean, Gordon Ramsay sometimes could be.
See, no, I love Lawrence, but I would have loved Tia Coffey to go further.
Yeah.
Because I also love her name.
Yeah.
Did you guys, okay, this is to both of you. Did you know that it was a play on words?
Yeah, Tia Coffey.
Yeah.
I didn't. Until she explained it. She was like, until RuPaul was like, oh, yes, you know, you will always be my tea or coffee. And I was like, oh. Okay. All right. And I'm a good pun person. I love a pun.
So did you not get it when Courtney Act was on there the first time?
Well, because that was Courtney Act.
Right.
But in an Australian accent. But Tia Coffey, I was like, oh, okay. I know now. So like 8 episodes later.
My gosh. Oh, good.
Another thing that was kind of funny after the lockdown as well was when Sister came back and did the same outfit for the Seaside Runway that Ahura did.
Okay, but like, there's only so many things on the British seaside that you can do, and the thing they're known for is like their chips and like the fucking birds taking your chips, chips.
But when they went back into the superheroes, the next challenge, and Sister got all that extra time to grab the material because she had won the mini challenge, and she just got way too much crap and just way overdid it. I thought it was pretty funny that Ahura ended up winning using Sister's signature face.
Yeah,
with that blue.
The blue.
Yeah.
It's funny. I thought that Sister was like, she was Ferngully in the whole forest.
Every every time you say her name, I think of Tia and Tamara Mowry.
Oh, Tia and Tamara.
Yeah.
I do my own thing and my own fun. And then like
Sister,
Roger,
sister.
go home, Roger. I
And
work
I'm
with
cr-
a Roger.
That Brillo pad that Taste tore apart and was cutting himself.
Oh,
Everybody's like, "You're gonna cut yourself," and he goes, "No, I'm not." And all of a sudden, the medics are over there like stitching his hand.
he was like the confessional like winner of that season.
Yeah, but like he could have had such a great outfit
Mm-hmm.
if he didn't have that like snatch thing going on.
Landing
like,
strip. I don't know what it
yeah.
looks like. Down
Oh,
there
yeah.
for a girl.
Just go a little bit further down with the Brillo, and he would have done better. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I told Andy. I'm like, oh my god, that could be so cute, but she's not going to do anything on the bottom, is she? And it's going to be horrible. So there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
she really had to scrub that one out, didn't she?
Oh,
Brillo, she better don't.
Can we talk about the lip syncs a little bit too?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I was so like bored with the slow songs that they did.
oh, like memory.
Oh, I don't.
Like-
well, but Taste's memory, like I'll think of that for a while.
Well, yeah, because
Dusty Springfield. I mean, jeez.
Who's
Oh yeah, Dusty Springfield. That was a weird one. But you know what? I love this thing that they do now. Like when you're in a different country, they try to utilize artists from that country.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like Canada did it. UK's doing it. Thailand did it. Holland didn't do it because then it would just be like a lot of I don't even know who's
Gongs?
from Holland. ABBA. I
Is
don't
it
know.
Swedish?
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, but like, yeah, no, a lot of that was very boring, especially the slow songs. I'm never a huge one on RuPaul's Drag Race with slow songs, except for when
Latrice Royale versus Candy.
well,
or
Latrice
whatever.
Royale, and then
And then
I'm
Raven
telling
versus well, no,
Yes, Raven versus Jujubee
well,
dancing
Raven
on my
versus
own.
that-
Jujubee is my favorite.
yeah, that was a great one. Yeah, but that wasn't so much a slow song as it was just emotional.
Yeah,
What? Okay, there was one point in the show in the UK where they did a poll to see number one, who was the trade of the show, who was the shade of the show, who was the cockiest, and who was the most basic. Who do you think won those four? Because I have the list in front of me.
so I know that Tia got most
Boring.
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Because-
totally
Ahura was
basic.
Shadiest.
Yeah.
She was the bitchiest or whatever.
Ahura was the shady one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Taste got trade. Which
Yep.
I was like,
I mean,
No.
I'd do it. Well, who else was it? Sister?
Ginny Lemon.
If it was Sister, or Ginny Lemon, I would trade them for someone else.
I'm hitting that.
I'd hit that away from me.
Pucker up, Ginny Lemon.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
No. I would just be like, you know what? You enjoy
Okay,
that.
what was the last one? It was a
Cockiest.
shade, cockiest. Oh, I mean, I would say
Wasn't it
was Lawrence
Veronica?
Chaney. No, it was Lawrence.
It was
Chaney.
Lawrence Chaney.
Oh.
Because
I
he
don't
was a
remember
little
that episode.
cocky. For
I didn't do the research like you did, and this was like 15. Well, this isn't like season 13 where it's 100.
But you guys did
episodes.
great. It's funny how it held up the whole season.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Carlton, we want you to explain to our listeners, what does trade mean for someone who doesn't know that?
Oh, trade is someone who is like the one everybody wants to sleep with on the show.
So now, out of all the seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, whether it be in the U.S., UK, Holland, wherever, who would be your trade?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Cameron Michaels might be out of drag.
Okay.
Remember him?
Or Jackie Cox.
Oh yeah, Jackie Cox was good looking.
He's cute. He's doing a lot of the like ticking talkings. The TikToks. Oh my God. Ooh.
I've had lunch with Raven. Raven was really nice.
I love Raven. She's my favorite drag queen ever.
Oh my God, did I tell you my Raven story?
No, but tell us. I think you told the listeners.
I think I told the listeners, but I'm going to tell you, Dr. Carlton. So years ago, I was in West Hollywood, and I was in Mickey's, and I saw a guy like trying to hit on me, like checking me out and cruising me, and come to find out later on, it was Raven out of drag.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was like, oh.
Well, there was let's see, I think it was a Pride. I forget what year it was, but it was right after she was on the show. and I saw her in a restaurant on University Avenue, and I think it was one of those taco places. And I elbowed my husband and said, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's Raven, it's Raven, it's Raven." And instead of just keeping his mouth shut like I would do, of course, he goes over and he goes, "Oh, hey, Raven, my husband has the hots for you. Can you say hello to him?" And he goes, "Not only will I say hello to him, you guys come over here and have lunch with me." So we got to sit down and have lunch with Raven. It was so nice.
Awesome.
I think that's my favorite because I lived in Riverside where Raven performed. I think she still lives in Riverside. And I would go to the Menagerie, aka the Man Tragedy, on Wednesdays or Thursdays and watch the drag show. And then after they would do the show, they'd come out and de-drag and they would communicate and like talk with the patrons of the bar. And I would always like end up chatting with her, and she was just so nice while she was smoking her cigarettes. And then it was like, oh my God, I'm going to get cancer, but it's worth it.
So does your husband like watching Drag Race as much as you do?
He watches it begrudgingly with me. I watch his Star Trek shows, and he watches my RuPaul.
Well, that's a juxtaposition.
So your husband's a Jedi?
No, that's not Star Wars.
No, that's Star Wars, honey.
Okay.
Gosh.
He's not a red shirt, is he?
Is he a commander?
No, he actually is more of a scientist guy.
Okay, so he's yellow.
Red shirts mean on Star Trek, if you get pulled into if you get pulled in, if you have a red shirt on and you're going on a landing party, you're basically the one that's going to die.
Well, my dad's a Trekkie, and he has robes that match the like outfits, and so he'll like change them to like his fancy, and he's like, "I'm an engineer today," and I'm like, "Oh my God, the green is engineering or whatever the color is." And then I was like, "Dad, oh my God," I call him his senses.
Right when I came out on social media, everybody immediately called me the love child of Riker and Picard.
Oh, I can see that now that you say that. Yes.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
Because I would do both of those.
Did you know that Leslie Jordan was one of the... he was on a couple episodes of Star Trek. Leslie Jordan.
Doubt that.
Yeah, he was back in... it was like a bunch of makeup. I don't know what the species
was. He an alien?
Yeah, he was a...
Oh, he's on Deep Space Nine or something.
Mm-hmm. On Voyager.
Okay.
With like the brown hair thingy that goes like...
Oh, he was in the bar that Whoopi worked at.
Whoopi Goldberg was on Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
The more you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is not a Star Trek episode, so...
Yeah. Back to RuPaul.
So, I have a question for you. So, do you feel like Joe Black should have gotten all that criticism for wearing an H&M dress, even though Astina won the first episode in that Asus jacket that she got off the rack?
You know, that was a little bit of
a double standard.
Hypocrisy there for sure. But
were you gooped, America?
I was gooped on the whole H&M thing though. When Rue just absolutely shredded them for their fashion sense, and don't you dare ever wear fucking H&M on my show again unless it's been stoned from head to toe.
Well, it's true.
I was like, whoa, she is angry.
That was the most. That was like the most dramatic moment of that whole season.
I know it was like the wake up Pearl, or like the I don't want any more goddamn excuses.
Right.
Which I love. I live for those moments.
No, my favorite is like when she's looking at Pearl and Pearl's looking at her, and then Pearl goes, "Is there something on my face?" I'd have been like, I would have loved RuPaul to just haul off and smack her across the face. Now there is.
Well, if you guys listen to RuPaul's podcast, he talks about that, and he's like, it took everything in my body to not slap that child. He's like, I'm on television, I can't do that.
So, how do you feel about the pit crews in the UK versus the pit crew in the US?
Both are absolutely delicious, in my opinion. But
once for breakfast,
I think the US has a lot more. It seems to have more variety. Maybe.
I thought Canada had a really nice diversity. In not only like the builds, but also just like the races and everything too. Just like the different bodies and stuff. But I'm also like, why is America always in like swim trunks and like Speedos, and in UK they're in like board shorts.
Yeah, I know. That
Like,
was
let me see the
annoying.
crotch and the
I think
ass.
it was because it was on the BBC.
Oh, see, that's another thing. Would you rather it go to Channel 4 or stay on the BBC?
Well, Channel 4 would be a little bit more open, so I think that would be more fun.
Ooh.
I like it when it's uncensored.
Same.
The whole thing, like when I watch it on different platforms, when it's uncensored, it's funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But when everything's all bleeped out, you don't quite know exactly what they're saying. You don't know exactly what's happening. But yeah, even I think Ahura lost the comedy challenge because her comedy was so blue, and it was too blue for BBC.
And
I think if they had unbleeped it would have.
Do you guys
I
know
have
what
no
she
idea,
said?
but
She
it
said
could have been hysterical.
No, so I watched, and what it was is she's like, me and my nan, but we're all the same because we both have gaping assholes. And it was like, you bleep that out? Like that's what
See,
you
I thought that
bleeped
was.
out?
I think that's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you're a butt doctor, so you should. But also, if your butthole is gaping, that's probably not good.
Yeah, you probably have to go see Dr.
Yeah, we'll give you Ahora's contact information.
Maybe you need
Please
to
reach
get
out.
Maybe you need to get a
That's
butthole
right.
rejuvenation.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm sure.
Stitch it up.
Looking at her face at the what is she like 23? It looks like she's already had everything rejuvenated.
I know. She's gosh. All right. So should we move on to US?
Sure.
Yeah.
The season that goes on forever.
Do you, okay,
I know.
It started.
We're like halfway through, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's been on for almost 4 months, and there's still 100 queens left. I had like 7 birthdays.
They're gonna bring all the queens back.
Oh my god.
So let's go to the opening and how
Okay.
the first 2 people we see are Candy Muse and Joey J.
I will say this.
Next.
I did like her lip sync against Joey J because she utilized the boombox.
Boombox, yeah.
And I thought that
Yeah.
was really cute.
She started out high, and that was the best she's done all season.
And I wish Joey J had gone farther. I just like saying Joey J.
Right.
That's my trade of the entire competition.
But let's face it, he was pretty basic.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
fashion
very
was
much.
just not there.
Him and Elliot
Wasn't
with
ready.
2 T's. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
What
Well,
is with
okay,
these
so
two?
let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so Dr. Carlton, like,
Yeah.
walk us through your first impressions of how the format changed. How do you think that was do you think it was a good start to have them lip sync?
Well, I wasn't quite sure where it was going.
Okay.
I didn't think they would actually cut all the queens at the end. But the fact that they ended up having people go one-on-one and then having the loser queens go to the pork chop room where they then had to decide who was going to go. I thought then bringing back Elliot, who lost that whole vote thing at the end, I think bringing her back was such a dramatic twist on the whole thing that it made it pretty interesting, but it just makes it drag out for several episodes.
Drag out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we're on episode who knows, but like there's
This isn't even a
100.
race anymore.
No, it's RuPaul's drag marathon.
Yeah. The other initial head to heads were Denali and Lala Ree, Simone versus Tamisha Iman,
Oh, I love
Gottmik versus Utica, Rose versus Olivia Lux, Tina Burner versus Kimura Hall,
I forgot
and
about
Elliot
her.
with 2 T's.
I forgot about Kamora.
Well, that's because Kamora just didn't stick around because she took too long getting her
She's
stuff
like,
together.
I just love Bob Mackey. I want to be a dress,
Right.
Bob Mackey. I'm like, okay, girl, bye.
But could you imagine how many looks that they have to bring for this season?
Yeah.
Because not
Probably
only did they have
400 because that's how many episodes there are.
Well, but then they had that like fashion show where they had 2 fashions each,
Yeah.
and then they had to have a look on the runway. And
they get a list of what they're supposed to bring.
Ugh.
So they get a list of the challenges and then the maxi challenges prior to coming, and then they bring all those and then they do whatever they need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, which one of those out of the beginning lip syncs do you think should have gone the other way?
Hmm.
Like, who do you think should have lost and they won? And who
So
won?
the winners were Denali over it was Lala Rhea over Denali. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. It was Candy Muse over Joey J. It was Simone over Tamisha. It was Got Mick over Utica.
Yeah.
And it was Olivia Lux over Rosé. And then Tina Burner beat Kimura and Elliott with 2 T's.
Yeah.
I probably would have been a little. I wouldn't have been surprised if Rosé had won.
See, yeah, that's
versus
how
Olivia.
I feel too.
I wanted Tamisha Iman, but I want her for president, so it's
But
fine.
Tamisha Iman had the same problem I think that Joe Black had. They came in with this history.
Yeah.
And it, weighed them down.
I just
Even
loved
though
how
I'm like-
nice she was.
I was like, girl, go in on Candy Muse. I wanted to see them slap it out. I was like, and when they were in Untucked and they were
Yes.
just going on, I'm like, I would have been fine if Tamisha had been like, well, come on then, Candy.
what did you call it? It's throw hands?
Yeah, we'll throw hands. Let's do this. That's what I want to see.
I think. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some fascinating queens in the year. Even though I think overall it's been just so dragged out that in length that it's been a little disappointing from that standpoint. But Got Mick, I think her artistry is incredible. I think that Simone is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
No, that's my girl.
Absolutely. And, but yeah, I don't understand why Utica's still around. And then I understand why Candy is, because Candy's there for drama.
She's there for television, yeah.
Come
And Utica's there.
on.
Utica's there. I will tell you, everyone has a purpose. And I think that Candy is there and will make the top 4 because she is the new Silky Nutmeg Ganache. And then you
Totally.
have Utica, who is the crystal method of the season.
I know.
And Simone and Gottmik are going to be the top 4 because they are actually talented. And then what's going to happen is Gottmik is going to win, and then that's going to be it.
Oh, God, no.
I
No.
don't want it to be that way.
No, Simone is going to win.
I think it's going to be the gag of the season.
No. Because I like Gottmik, but I feel like Gottmik is her... And I know you said you like her looks and her artistry and stuff like that, but I feel like a lot of her looks are very costumey.
Mm-hmm.
And not as much fashion as they like to think.
Well, I think one thing about Got Mick is that RuPaul has a lot of making up to do to the
I was
trans
going to say
community.
the same thing, but I'm glad you said it instead of me, because I was like,
Yeah.
Gottmik is a winner because it's a trans man, so he gets to, wave
I'm
that flag.
gonna set the record straight. I think that she deserves to win.
Yeah.
I think she or Simone, whoever wins between those two would be very deserving winners. But I think that there are so many trans people that have been hurt by RuPaul from perceived early things that happen in the show that, and I don't know how much of the stuff is true, how much of it's not true. I can't really comment because I don't know what the truth is, but there are a lot of people on social media who've slammed RuPaul for being anti-trans.
Right. I have the same opinion, and that's why I'm like, it's not going to be Simone. And I've said it from the beginning. I'm like, these are the top 4. This is what's it going to be. I'm not happy with it, but it is what it is.
Well, who is your top 4, Dr. Carlton?
My top 4, I'd say, is Gottmik, Simone. I think that Candy's going to get in the top 4 just because of the drama, and then Rosé.
Well, you know what's going to happen is Candy is going to have to lip sync against Gottmik because they're besties. And then whoever else is going to have to lip sync against
That
Simone.
should have happened this episode. This past episode.
Well, I think it should have been. Okay, so...
For that green bodysuit with the bath mat on the titties and the vagina.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was terrible.
That was not a beast. That was not Beast Couture.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, it. Like, I love how they call it a weekend at Bernie's with the alien twist.
Well, okay, so Dr. Carlton, I'm curious about your view about the overproduction of this. So, walk us through that one.
The overproduction
of season 13, how it's overly produced.
Well, I think that the complicated nature of the first 3 episodes, making it longer than usual, has got a lot of people complaining. I personally love the show, so I hate it when it goes on hiatus. So I probably shouldn't be complaining about how long the show is. out of everybody, as far as the drama, like Candy Muse, I think the reason she was kept in that one lip sync was because she creates drama, and the show thrives on drama. Let's face it. It's just more fun to have an arrogant queen to hate on there.
But I mean, should it have been Utica on there? And I mean, like, I would have thought it'd be more dramatic if it was Candy versus Tina Burner or Candy versus Got Mick, in this particular one. And especially because Got Mick's like branding, her soda commercial was horrible.
It was terrible.
And so was Candy's.
Yeah.
Well, but Candy's, they eat her up every single time she's on that damn stage.
Yeah.
She go walk out there in a freaking diaper, and they'd be like, "You look beautiful. You look like a model. You look like Angelisa."
Okay. Let's talk about your most upsetting outfit from the season so far.
The green bodysuit with the bath mat at the titties and vagina.
Oh, mine has to be Lala Ree in the bag.
Oh yeah.
But she is a gift. That is what she was trying to tell y'all.
She was not present with that dress.
She should have immediately have been dismissed from the show with that outfit.
Yeah.
And she won the lip sync. I don't understand.
Well, because
she turned it.
Yeah.
She turned it.
Well, because it was her versus Joey J, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joey J's
right, I
outfit
guess.
was not great.
No. I mean, Joey J had a wig on, so at least that was good.
But her like makeup was janky too. Like Joey J's.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I wish that I think they're tied for worst. The Candy Muse and then the bag.
So yours is the bag then, right, Dr. Carlton?
The bag, definitely.
See, I would have taken the bags and like cut them in half, so then you'd have more bags to work with. So you could make a longer outfit,
Double the
probably make
surface
something.
area,
Yeah.
Right. How about okay, let's see. Are there any other outfits that really got me? Oh, that thing that Candy wore. That has to be in the top 3. That sheet that she painted the dress on.
Oh yeah, the little black dress. I was like, okay.
Oh, that was bad.
And then she had the smudges on her face, and I was like, it's not working.
Yeah, a wet hair wig doesn't ever work.
No, it doesn't.
I get the look that you were going for, but you shouldn't.
But also, like, why didn't Olivia get called out for wearing the same hair the next week after Candy Muse?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And I'm like, also, if I was Denali, I would have like tore up Candy Muse on the runway if she came at me like that when they did the makeover challenge. I'm like, I had to say a name. You don't need to get all pressed. Like, okay, so that was your worst. What was your best look so far this season, do you think?
I kind of like the look that Got Mick came out with the safety pin through her head and the blood drop hanging down like a little a crystal. Okay. I thought that was really inventive and cool.
Okay. What about you, Joe?
I know you think it's a little costumey, but I thought that was really neat.
It was a little costumey. Let's be real.
I think my favorite was Utica's sleeping bag.
Oh,
because she made it. She posted on Instagram a picture of her in the forest, and I was like, yes.
That to me, like that was so that the fact
she made it.
Yeah, and the fact that Got Mick won for that one over Utica, I was like,
I was so mad.
That is fashion right there.
Yeah. Because it's so good. But also anything Simone wears, except I didn't like the little fuzzy thing. I will say that.
How could you not like her bringing it for the furries on the runway?
Well, no, that's great, but like paint your face better.
Well, okay, let's be real. It was a beast, and she still did it in her style, so it branded it for her.
Oh, I forgot that Simone had the braids challenge.
The beaded one from Simone.
Yes, that was amazing too.
That to me.
I forgot. Okay, there's been a lot of good
her
looks.
Body and everything, the way she had it all like lathered up, and she had that outfit. I thought it was that's my favorite of the season. Like that is a look with an EWK.
Luke.
Definitely. What about the Snatch Game? What'd you think about Snatch Game for season 13?
Snatch Game.
Can we talk about Candy Muse
being
Jeffree? Or no, not Jeffree Star.
Patrick Starr.
It wasn't. It was no. That was not Patrick Star. It was Candy Muse in a turban.
I was like, first of all, who the fuck is that?
Dr. Carlton. You don't know who Patrick Star is?
I don't. I really don't.
Makeup, maybe like a YouTube makeupper.
He's a YouTuber makeup artist.
Yeah, I'm almost 50, honey. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
And then, obviously, Elliot with two T's and the worst Blanche Devereaux ever.
Oh, and Bob Ross, Utica did terribly.
What was with that squirrel afro?
I love. Okay, so this is like my favorite part of the producing because like the episode was like Utica was like, oh, I don't want to wear an afro because it's appropriation. So RuPaul's like, I'm gonna put you with Simone, and now you have to wear all this stuff that Simone wants.
But it's like.
That was so cool.
But that is hilarious, though, because it's like she went through this whole thing how she doesn't want to be appropriating, and it's like, but Bob Ross has an afro.
I know.
But then, like, you know, when they explain it to her, like, as long as you're doing it out of love,
your intention,
your intentions mean the most than what you're doing. And
keep in mind though, Utica is from Minnesota,
right, she's also
and
religious.
that's a very with George Floyd on. Obviously, that's a very tender subject. It's a tender subject for all of us, but particularly for Minnesotans.
And it just happened.
And I admire her. I admire the fact that she was so bothered by that because she wanted to make the right decision. Because the wrong decision will ruin your life.
Right. Now, see, I feel like Simone got overlooked a lot in the Snatch Game
Tubman.
Because Harriet Tubman was hilarious.
Yep.
Her Harriet Tubman was phenomenal. Simone is a very talented person, and I think that's if she wins, I would not be surprised just because she's so good. That her comedy. I mean, let's go back to the soda branding challenge. Sweet Tooth. I mean, come on.
Well, I think what I really enjoy watching her is at first she came out and I was like super cocky, and then it was like she let down the barriers and it was like being goofy, and that's what we want to see. That's what I think the fans want to see. I want to know, Dr. Carlson, what you thought about Gottmik and Paris Hilton.
I thought it was hysterical. Yeah, I thought she's really funny because that was totally Paris Hilton.
And then what about?
And I know who Paris Hilton is, and she nailed everything about it.
Well, and then what about Jonathan Van Ness for Denali?
That was hilarious.
Wait a minute. Who did you say again? Who was Denali
Jonathan
again? I
Van
forgot.
Ness, the guy from Queer Eye.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
She had a great line in there. Like it was like something about like you're looking for a man like with a soft hand or something like that, but it could also be like tools on aisle 7 or something. I have to look it up.
And then she was like, "Oh, it's Anthony or something."
Yeah. See, now I would have been more impressed with Candy Muse coming out as Patrick Star if she was like Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like that would have been better.
That's a good one.
Totally, yeah. And then what did you think about the Richard Simmons?
I was just saying Tina Burner. Ugh.
Her flame was extinguished a long time ago.
I'm like,
definitely.
Why did she get called out on that hair that she used?
Or her lack of makeup?
Well, that too.
Well, she used the whole season of the same 3 colors, so we can't
But
really
like
say.
that hair is nothing like Richard Simmons. You look like grandma who listens to Richard Simmons.
Richardette Simmons?
You know, I'm like, you know, and I understand like her whole thing is she came in with her brand, which is Tina Burner, which is like orange, yellow, and red.
Yeah, but too much brand.
Well, yes.
McDonald's called. They want their colors back.
Right. And that's when branding works against you because it's so
Yeah, I always thought of Ronald McDonald whenever I saw her.
And I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And like, I get it. You're campy. Your looks are great, but whatever. No. Who would you be for the Snatch Game, Dr. Carlton? Who would you be?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one.
Or like, who would you?
You'd want to? I'd pick somebody that everybody knows and somebody who's really easy to make
take
fun
the
of.
Piss out of, as they say in the UK.
Take the piss out.
All right, Babs. All right, Babs. Well, who would it be?
Yeah, it's like when they were. Oh, that's a good question. Who would yours be? Let me think
don't throw
about
it back
that.
at me. Because I don't know.
I would be Imelda Marcos. Like,
who's that?
The used to be the woman from the Philippines.
The Philippines, yeah.
Look at the Filipinos, so I can do that.
With all the shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? This is another moment where I'm going to be like, I don't know what that is, and we're gonna like continue to just like we're gonna put something together. It's like, oh, Joe,
okay. So listeners, we're gonna start a drinking game soon, where like, every time Joe says, "I don't know what that is," or like you have to take a shot.
Yeah, I don't know that. Or what is that?
Right.
Okay, so Dr. Carlton, you had some time to think. Who is it? Who's your snatch game?
Well, the only celebrity I've ever actually impersonated at a party before was Britney Spears. So,
hit me, baby, one more time.
I hope that video is not out there somewhere. But I got really wasted at a Halloween party one year, and I actually went as "Baby One More Time," Britney.
Oh, with the short skirt. And the schoolgirl?
Yeah, and the schoolgirl uniform and the fluffies in my hair and a blonde wig.
Wait,
and
that's not
I had on 6-inch heels though, and I'm 6'4". So with 6-inch heels,
6'10".
I'm 6'10".
But like, what did those legs look like though?
Long, fierce, and ferocious.
He's like Naomi Smalls. He's all legs.
That basically, yeah. But with no rhythm at all. I was terrible. And unfortunately, the party happened at a time where everybody just hated Britney.
Oh, 2007.
You know, yeah, basically.
Well,
2007.
Joke's on them because free Britney and everyone loves her now.
Right. So you could have just
exactly.
You could have just gone like with a shaved head and been like, "I'm her" with an umbrella in your hand.
Yeah. I mean, there could be so many transitions during the episode with Britney. Mm-hmm. You could be shaved head Britney. You could be
doing your Bob the Drag Queen, where he goes from one character to another.
Or
yeah, definitely.
When Cher had a triple outfit change, right? Chad Michaels.
Yeah. so
we don't know. Okay, so Britney.
Yes, it was Britney. So what was yours?
I don't know. I think that like I feel like I can do a lot of impressions. As we all know.
You gotta go as Lawrence Chaney.
No, I wouldn't be Lawrence Chaney. I don't know. Like, I feel like I love the Aunt Vula from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but I feel like that wouldn't translate well.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
We'll come back to that. So, Doc, what is your favorite type of challenge in the show? Like,
my favorite challenge is the reading challenge.
Ooh.
Okay.
I love it when they read each other.
Okay, so the library is open. Go ahead and try to read one of us. Come on now.
Oh, come on.
I'm illiterate. I can't participate. Is this a book on tape, an audiobook?
I love that. Just the kind of joke I would do for you is probably what Lawrence Chaney did for Ellie when he read her, and he said, "You're so dumb you studied for your COVID test."
I did like that one.
I love Lawrence. When did they do the reading challenge? Oh, they had not good readers on season 13.
UK is not very good at the reading challenges.
USA wasn't that good either.
US wasn't that great either. But who won that challenge?
That's why I'm trying to figure out. Was it Gottmik?
Was it?
I think it was.
I think it was too.
Yeah, let's look at the reading challenge.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to that.
It's probably episode 38 of 412.
Yeah.
So, but like, are there any others besides the reading challenge that you like? Like, do you like a group challenge?
Well, that's the mini challenge. What's your maxi favorite?
Yes.
The musicals usually.
Okay.
With the Rusicals. Yeah, like the Rats musical, the Rats the Rusical for the UK. I thought that was hysterical and really funny. And I thought the one that they did this year on season 13 so far, I'm sure they'll do another one, but that musical was pretty good too.
One,
yeah, the social media
with Rose one, right?
Yes. Did she? No, she didn't win that one.
Right?
Yeah, I think she did because she's a singer.
She won the singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she was the main character.
Okay. So
I think she and Denali were up against each other, auditioning for the part in front of all the.
Yes.
Well, and then
contestants.
Gottmik and Denali got safe because they were the Russians.
Which was actually really good.
Right.
They were really good.
They were great. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to just circle back for 2 seconds because you brought up Rats the Rusical, and that means that Veronica Green, because she won that one.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think it benefited her or worked against her that she got COVID? and didn't get to finish the second season, so she'll go to season 3. But also,
See, I think she.
What did you think about her look at the finale?
I don't remember her look at the finale because I was so focused on the top 4, the top 3 and top 4.
She looked like a weird superhero.
It was like a Sailor Moon.
But I thought that going into lockdown that she was a definite contender, and I would have loved to have seen what she would have been able to pull out of that, with that whole thing. But when they showed her in the lockdown episode, and she started coughing as she was doing her dress, I was like, uh-oh.
Dr. Carlton's like, you got COVID, bitch. Yeah. You got that Rhoda.
I was like, oh no. Because I thought she really had a chance. And honestly, I didn't think, going back to that as well, I didn't think Tace was that great until his performance in the finale. The dance he did at the end, I was like, he killed that. He crushed it.
Let's go back to talking about UK then. I don't think... Yeah. I thought Taste, it wasn't good for the song. Even though it was a great performance, it didn't fit I'm Still Standing. And I thought Bimini looked like she was just checked out.
The bride, right?
Right. But that look was Bimini before the lockdown. It wasn't Bimini after. And I also felt like she didn't know the words.
Yeah, it's not a
right.
It's a good song.
And what was she trying to do, a duck walk or a Russian?
That killed her right there. That was terrible.
Like, what are you doing, girl? And then look at Ellie Diamond. Yeah. We have a picture up, and it's them.
Ellie Diamond is, I think, 6'10" too.
Yeah, I used to love when they show Ellie Diamond next to Bimini, and it's
I know it's because Bimini's short, and I'm like, damn, Ellie Diamond's huge.
It's beast. It was like Jolly Green Giant with Sprout.
I also, you're talking about the different challenges, thinking about it as well. I also like it when they have to market something, and make it their brand. I love this recent soda thing. I thought that was really funny.
I thought the soda thing was a great one, just because I love branding challenges, and it gets them to think about, it gets them thinking. And it was like, and they also had to come with a jingle, and what's her name? Simone's jingle was amazing. Everybody got a sweet goof.
Yeah. Although, and Utica drinking from the cow, I was like, that was so weird. But it was totally Utica. But it was so Utica. It was totally her. It was like,
you're licking the can. I love it.
It's not like kicking the can, it's licking the can.
Yeah, I know, but I love her.
Yeah, it's like, has she done a lot of LSD or something?
I think it's
don't know.
because she's a Minnesotan religious person.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with our listeners who are from Minnesota and are religious.
But I feel like Utica and Ginny Lemon from UK are the same person.
Utica is in her own world with Clara the cow.
I know, I'm like, who the fuck is Clara?
It's her cow. She is moved.
All right, so
I was like, "Come on, I need this. Give it to me."
It took me a second. I didn't even hear it.
I know
until you said "moved," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh, we're having another laugh attack.
I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
All right.
We're centered.
So, out of season 3.
So coming back to things real quick. We mentioned those 4 titles that they had to vote on: shadiest, the trade, the cockiest, and then the most basic. Who would you give those to for season 13?
Let me see the list of season 13. Okay, so basic is going to be
Denali.
No, basic for me was Elliot with 2 T's.
Oh yes, sorry. Yes, agreed.
Okay.
I think maybe Joey J was pretty basic
Elliot
too.
Elliot with 2 T's, Joey J, and Denali all tied for first.
So trade of the season for me, Rose.
Oh,
I don't know. There's.
I like Joey J.
I think Olivia is beautiful.
Those teeth, I know.
Oh, okay. So it's funny because one of our friends looks like Olivia Lux out of drag, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Brian.
The cockiest.
Candy Muse.
I was gonna say Candy
Definitely
or
Candy.
Tina.
And then what was the other one? It was the shadiest. Okay. The shadiest.
Also Candy.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know, because like Tamisha could be shady, but she was the exactly what Southern shade looks like. Like, I would be super
Right.
nice to you, but there's always this like undercurrent of shade. You know, because when she would talk to Candy, she knew she was talking to somebody who was beneath her.
Yeah.
And it had that feel to it. So I feel like Tamisha Iman was probably the shadiest.
Yeah, I agree.
For me.
I agree. Well,
Okay.
I think it was Candy.
So-
I think some people would be like Gottmik. I'm like, Gottmik doesn't have the ability to be shady. I don't think she has that much like intellect to do that.
Or you know what? Who might be like the ninja shady? The shady ninja?
Kamora Hall.
No, Utica.
Oh yeah. Kill him with kindness.
Right.
Watch Utica. Watch
Oh,
Utica
yeah.
sweep the next couple episodes. I'm so down. I love Utica.
So speaking of those, I think they have a roast challenge this week.
Oh my
they have
God,
to
I
do
hope
a celebrity roast thing. And so we have Gottmik, we have Candy, we have Simone, we have Utica, we have Rose
And Olivia.
Who do you think is going to win this week? And who do you think is going home?
I think it's going to be Simone is going to win this week. You know, the only reason I say that is because she has this way of saying things.
Her delivery.
Her delivery is amazing.
And that's humor. Humor
Right.
is all timing.
Right. Because when she goes, I mean, all she did was ask, is your blood sugar low? But like the way that she delivered it made it hilarious.
Right. Totally. She is phenomenal. Yeah, she's got a big future.
This week.
But I think it's probably going
it
to
might be Olivia. Olivia might go home.
This is a challenge built for Candy, I think.
Yeah, but see, Katie, I don't think is that
Smart
funny.
enough?
She is
but her delivery is something that I think Rue finds really
Yeah.
funny. So I think that if she delivers things right, she has a good chance to stay in it, not to win it, but to stay in
but
it.
that's also
But I think
if they can understand her.
I think Utica is in trouble
or
because
Olivia.
it's a
Utica and
roast.
Olivia. Or Utica
And
will turn it out
yeah.
because that's what we're expecting.
Yeah, Utica and Olivia for the lip sync.
I don't know.
I think Olivia will go because she's been in the bottom a couple times now.
What about Rose?
She'll pass by fine.
Because I don't think Rose did very well in the reading challenge.
Well, but she's like remember she branded herself as a comedy queen last episode.
I just say
Yeah, but a lot of people are like, "What? Wait, what?"
I think Candy Muse is going to end up in the bottom because nobody's going to understand a word she says.
Oh.
You
We'll need
know?
subtitles. We're not watching Drag Race Holland.
I was loving when she was doing math and thinking that $2,500 was $25,000.
Well, that's a perfect example of producing. Like, oh, here's this. Like, I'm not good
But
at
it was
math.
hilarious though, because right when they did the "Are you smarter than a pit crew?" and they're like, "That kind of sounds like math," they all looked at her. And I think we need to get new pit crew on the U.S.
You need a what?
I think we need new pit crew.
I thought you said nude, and I was like,
No.
I'm okay with that.
No, I think we need new.
Yes, I agree. Bryce, go away. You're a rocket scientist.
Yeah,
He is.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like a rocket engineer or something. He went to USC, has like a master's degree. I know.
Oh my god, no, I don't want that. I want him dumb as a brick. And built like one too. Like, come on. All right. So, Doc, what song that you haven't heard yet that you would love to hear the Queens do as a lip sync for your life?
I hope
that's
it's
a good
what I
one.
want.
You know, my favorite song has already been done, and that was with Raven and Jujubee. So, dancing on my
You
own.
keep giving me these safe answers.
So
You are safe.
Dr. Carlton,
Right.
in the asking you what final challenge song you'd like to win, you didn't
not-
sing us a song.
You did not hit a sweet note.
Yes. I'm
right,
sorry, my dear, but
definitely
you fell flat. But you're safe. Your tone was
something with a
pointed.
lot of definitely something with a lot of energy. Maybe something like "Toxic" by
Ooh,
Britney
okay.
or "Work Bitch." "Work Bitch"
Okay,
would be good.
Joe, what's yours?
Rain on Me, obviously.
Oh, God. See, I would love to see
Or the
them.
Macarena. Like any song that, or like the cha-cha slide. Or the Cupid show. Any song that they play at the weddings that I know you hate.
The electric slide.
Yes. Or like the chicken dance. Or like the YMCA.
Oh my God. I hate you.
Or Macho Man. They've done Macho Man, I think.
See, for me, I would love them to do Wasabi by Little Mix, just because it has a great beat to do voguing and clacking and all that kind of stuff. So
I want sushi now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And now,
okay.
what person would you like to see as a guest judge, Dr. Carlton?
Okay. I have to step back a little bit because you mentioned guest judge. I thought the funniest comment of maybe all 13 seasons was when
T.S. Madison.
What's her name? T.S. Madison told Elliot that her coochie was dry. You should need a little water to a coochie. I thought I would lose it. I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He's been using that ever since.
I mean, but I feel like you could say that in your practice, like, girl, your coochie's dry.
Put that on TikTok.
The reason you have gastrointestinal issues is because you got a dry ass coochie and Dak.
That would be another good song for them to do.
Dry ass coochie?
No. Wet ass
Wap?
pussy. I like to see them do that.
Oh,
Well, it's
yeah.
too bleeped.
No.
That's a wet ass rookie.
That's a wet ass cookie.
No one wants a wet cookie.
Were you dunking it?
Although if it's an Oreo that's in whole milk for like 8 seconds, a double stuffed Oreo, and then I will have that wet ass cookie.
So, all right. So, guest judge, who would you want to see on there?
Let's see. It would have to be somebody that's really, really funny, but also like completely adored
Okay, so
by
me.
them.
Okay.
Like remember when Lady Gaga was on, and they were like, "Oh my
Right.
God!" Ariana Grande would be awesome.
She was
I
a
think.
guest.
Yeah. She was a guest on the.
She was a
Yeah,
guest
she
judge?
was in like season 10 or 9 or 11 or 12
One of them.
or All Stars. Wait, yeah, put it up. Ariana Grande,
Huh.
RuPaul's Drag Race. When was it? Which she was on? She was.
I don't think she has been.
Episode 6 of what is it? She was on it, I feel like. Yeah, no, that first video, March 31st, 2015. I don't know what episode that was.
Oh, okay.
But yes,
Maybe.
we're all
right.
Googling. He's got his producer
So, but
himself.
Ariana, look, you can hear him tapping, so he's like looking for it too on his computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like, what the?
See,
Oh yeah, I guess it says there is an episode 6 promo
with
of
Ariana
something.
Grande, yeah.
She serves up a guest judge on season 7.
Oh, that's the worst season.
Season 7,
That's
episode
why
6.
nobody remembers it, because that was the worst season.
Who won season 7?
Violet.
Yeah,
Season
Chachki.
6.
No, Violet Chachki.
No, season 6
No,
was
okay.
Wait,
Bianca
was
Del
Violet
Rio.
8? No, that was Bob.
That was Bob. Violet was 7.
Yeah, 7 was 7. Okay, so who's your guest judge?
Now that Ariana's already been on there.
Huh. Let's see. Cher would be awesome.
Yeah, Cher. Now that she's on Twitter and everything too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. See, I'd love to have Bette Midler on there.
Ooh, or Barbara Streisand.
I was just thinking her as well. She's legendary.
Or-
Yeah.
Judge Judy.
Ooh.
Because RuPaul loves Judge Judy.
Oh, that would be really
He
good.
loves Judge Judy.
That would be
Who would
awesome.
also be a funny one. Like, I'm thinking of like a comedian.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Ali Wong. I like Ali Wong.
Oh, Ali Wong would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think she would love them.
Because she'd be like, I love you all, you're beautiful. Ooh, Aquafina, too. That could be fun.
Oh, yeah, Aquafina would be a good one. But she's kind of funny. But not a lot of people know who she is, though.
Maybe like Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Oh, or, oh, God, what's the other girl? I don't know.
Okay. So, Doc, are you going to watch Drag Race Australia?
Definitely. Have you seen the trailer for it?
I have, and I am so happy that Karen from Finance is in there. I love that name.
She's apparently a big star over there. So that
She is, yeah. She's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, And I think it's like, I know Michelle, and there's a guy on there that's a guest judge, but so I don't know if Rue is actually going to be.
I think Rue should be, hopefully.
And
Yeah, that's one of the things we said earlier. You know, the thing that I liked about UK and about the US version was that Rue was the main judge.
Right. Canada fell flat.
Canada with Brooklyn Heights as the judge.
And Jeffrey Boyer Chapman.
Yeah.
With his everlasting glitter eyeliner that just got progressively more bold as the season went on.
Yeah. Do you think they should keep Carson Kressley and Ross Matthews as fairly permanent judges?
I like Ross Matthews and I like Carson, but like
I do too.
I mean,
yeah.
Ross wasn't there,
and obviously Michelle's
Ross
not
there.
She's not going
episode.
anywhere.
So like, I think if you're going to be a guest judge, like if you're going to be a judge, like be there on every episode.
But I like Graham Norton and Alan Carr.
They were hilarious. They were
They were
good.
hysterical.
Oh, they are so funny.
Yeah, I just kept thinking with Alan Carr. Kept thinking about "Shag me now, shag me later."
He's got this like
Austin Powers,
this like nasally tone, right? When he judges,
And I love Graham Norton. He is like one of my favorites. He is so funny.
Oh, he's a
like
gem.
Graham
I love him
Crackers.
too. Yeah.
Okay, that is not him.
Who was it that had who was it on this season that had whose boyfriend
Tina
used to
Burner. Because Tina Burner was
Yeah.
also in a boy band. Just putting that out there.
yeah,
Oh.
well, I bet hopefully no one listened.
and other celebrity connections? I had no idea that Tasa's father was in Wham.
I know, right?
On UK season 2.
I know. I was like, what?
And I was like, wait a minute, why am I just finding this out now?
That's why he got in.
So, but you guys didn't watch, because you only watched like one episode of Thailand. But Doctor, you didn't watch Thailand, did you?
I saw the very first episode of Thailand. I saw the first episode of Holland. I saw a couple episodes of Canada.
See, I didn't like Holland because I didn't like the judge on there. But also, I was like, oh, he must be a huge drag queen in Holland. So I guess that's okay.
Right.
But like, I loved the hosts in Thailand. I thought they were awesome.
I need to watch.
I need to go back and watch that one because the first one I saw looked so, I don't know, it almost was kind of reminded me of season 1 of RuPaul's Drag
Yeah.
Race, kind of that poorly produced gold, blurry
Vaseline
filter
on the
kind
walls.
of
See, I
phenomenon.
love Pangina Hills and Aria. I think they're great. Pangina Hills is amazing. And if you want to talk about trade, like, you need to go look her up and see her bathroom pictures because she is some trade right there, especially if you like
Oh.
Asian guys.
Oh my gosh, that's wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
If you're a rice queen, you would love her.
I mean, I did want some wasabi earlier. So
You were in the mood for sushi.
fresh, but not fresh tilapia. No Gia gun.
Oh gosh,
Just landed,
gee,
like,
God.
fresh
Don't get me
tilapia.
started.
No, we won't get started on that because we'll go forever.
Well, Dr. Carlton, this was so much fun.
Wait, we
It's
have
such a
one
great
more
time. Oh,
question.
what's the
Yes.
question?
Who do you think is going to win season 13, or who do you want to win?
Ooh,
Did we ask that? No.
I think my final two are going to be Simone and Gottmik. I think Simone's going to
Okay.
win.
And then let me ask you this: what would your workroom entrance phrase be?
Oh wow, that takes months to come up with. Coming up with that on the fly would be.
Some of the best things are organic.
Or like, I'm really a doctor, so turn and cough.
Oh my.
The doctor's in the house.
Right.
In the streets or at work, I examine butts, but here,
I kick them.
oh, that's it. Okay.
That's good.
All right,
okay, I'm taking it.
Well, there you go. When you redo and relive that Britney Spears fantasy with your 6-inch heels, that's your phrase.
Absolutely. And the other thing I want to ask you guys, okay, you have a dinner party and you can invite 3 queens out of all the seasons, out of all the countries. Which 3 people you want at your dinner
shit.
party?
I have Jujubee,
Okay.
Katya,
Mm-hmm.
and Bob the drag queen.
Oh
'Cause I
wow,
want to laugh the entire time.
that's a good 3. Yeah, I would say Alaska, Katya, and Probably Jujube too.
I don't want any of those.
That's fine. You don't have to have
I would do Raven. I'm trying to think of, and I like Utica. I feel like Utica could, because she would. I don't do drugs or anything, but I feel like I would be on drugs. Or like that's what it feels like to be.
Definitely.
Around. She would make me feel like I'm on drugs. And then maybe Bianca, and that would be my top 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just love Raven. She's
very cool.
I stand Raven forever.
Got it. But she looked really brown.
She
in her
bronzes.
episode.
She like
That was like a lot of bronze.
she puts like the bronzer everywhere.
Yeah. She was definitely bronzed
She
on
was
the
an
UK
airbrush
version.
to the gods.
When she came into
She
work
was
room.
like a couple of shades away from being
A couple?
inappropriate. Maybe like one. That would be offensive. We go shade.
Which Fenty shade was she?
Like they were holding up the paint swatch.
Yes.
Making sure like
It's like,
which shade are we?
No. You're okay. It's not bad.
All right. Well, Dr. Carlton, thank you so much for using your expertise
Thank you so much,
with
guys.
Drag Race
This was
with
so much
us.
fun.
We appreciate
We'll
it.
have to reconvene again when the show's over next 20 years.
I
from
know.
now.
When we're getting into Australia. When the show finally...
My kids will be in college by then.
I know. The pandemic will be done by the
I
time
know.
this is over.
We could do this from Australia because we'll be able to travel by the time this is over.
Yeah, and we'll be able
Oh,
to
that'll
do a
be
Dairy
awesome.
Queen flip over thing live stream.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Carlton. Everybody have a great week. Thank
bet, guys.
Bye.
You too. Thank you so much.
Special thanks to Andrew Smith and Nick Stone for producing the show. If you like us, please follow us at tugayspod on Instagram and visit us online at tugayspod.com. You can find us anywhere you can stream podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know topics you'd like to hear. And always remember, stay safe, stay classy, stay sassy, and always stay a little bit trashy. See you next week.